We're going to solve this. This is day 3 in lesson 3-4.
Wow.
We're going to be solving more exponential and logarithmic equations.
Yes.
There's a lot of these things, man. Yes, sir.
Yes, there are. So go ahead and get that problem down, and then we're going to look at solving that.
It's getting hot in her.
So take off all your clothes.
Okay, so 6 to the 2x plus 4 equals 5 to the negative x plus 1. And the question is, how exactly do we go about solving that?
Just
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to do something known as like logarithmic, we called it like logarithmic differentiation when we did this in calculus. This is similar concept here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the natural log of both sides. And you're probably wondering, why? Okay. Because now what's going to end up happening is, since I have it written that way with the natural log, what I can do is move these powers down and around front. So I'm left with 2x plus 4, that quantity, times ln of 6 equals negative x plus 1 times ln of 5. Alrighty, so far so good?
Yep.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do, since I've got a quantity there times ln of 6, I'm going to distribute each of those ln's to each of the terms. So here I'm going to have 2x ln 6 plus 4 ln 6 equals negative x ln of 5 plus 1 ln of 5. Okay, so far so good? Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and group my numbers on one side and my variables on the other. So I'm going to go ahead and add x ln of 5. I'm going to go ahead and add x ln of 5 here. And then I'm going to go ahead and subtract 4 ln of 6 and subtract 4 ln of 6. Okay, so I end up having 2x ln of 6 plus x ln of 5 equals ln of 5 minus 4 ln of 6. Okay, so far so good? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and factor out an x, since I've got the x's all on the side together. So if I take out an x here, I'm left with 2 ln of 6 plus what? ln of 5 equals ln of 5 minus 4 ln of 6. So how do I solve that for x? You're going to divide by 2 ln of 6 plus ln of 5. Divide by 2 ln of 6 plus ln of 5. Now what I want you to do is go ahead and calculate this. The important thing to remember is that each of these needs parentheses around those. Okay, so go ahead and calculate that for me. Okay, so I end up having natural log of 5 minus 4 ln of 6, and I'm going to divide that by 2 ln of 6 plus ln of 5. So what does x come out to be? Negative 1.07. So it should be negative 1.070218. So there you go. Now, what we could choose to do is in the yellow and orange steps, I could actually simplify those. And I could get that down to where it would be like the natural log of one number over the natural log of another number. It's not necessary. Okay? So, if you take natural log of 5 minus 4 natural log of 6 in parentheses, divide that by parentheses 2 ln of 6 plus ln of 5, you get negative 1.07. Alrighty, let's go ahead and try another one. Okay? Here we go. 4 to the 3x plus 2 equals 6 to the 2x minus 1.
We got an L.
4 to the 3x plus 2 equals 6 to the 2x minus 1. Okay, and so in order to get the variables down from the exponent, we need to go ahead and ln. Yep, take ln of both sides. Now, once you do that, you can go ahead now and then move your exponents around front. So you end up having 3x plus 2 times ln of 4 equals 2x minus 1 times ln of 6. So now I've got 3x ln of 4 plus 2 ln of 4 equals what, folks?
2x ln of 6 minus
Yep, 2x ln of 6 minus 1 ln of 6. What do you do now? Yep, get the x's together and get the other numbers together. So I've got minus 2x ln 6 So on the left side, you have 3x minus 2, oh, sorry. What did I forget? 3x ln of 4 minus 2x ln of 6 equals ln of 6 minus 2 ln of 4.
It's negative ln. Negative ln.
Oh, negative ln 6, yep, good call. I should have put negative 1, and then that would have been better, but there. So negative ln of 6. So then now what are you going to do?
Distribute
the x.
Take out an x, yep, so I have x times 3 ln of 4 minus 2 ln of 6 equals negative ln of 6 minus 2 ln of 4. What do you do now? Divide. Okay. So I get x to equal.
Negative 7.9.
How do you put these in? I don't know.
That's what I got.
Okay, so on the top you should have negative ln of 6
Where do you get the
minus 2 ln of 4 divided by 3 ln of 4 minus 2 ln of 6. And you got x to equal negative 7.93. Questions? Okay, a lot of steps, but should be pretty straightforward on how to solve. So let's go ahead and look at another one. Oh.
Gosh.
Oh, no.
This will be easy, won't it? Because when you put the L in there, just cancel these out. Just kidding, yeah.
Nope. You cannot put an L in there and automatically cancel the E's out because it's a quantity. Okay? In order to put the L in and cancel the E's, it needs to be E on one side, E on the other side, and that's it. This one has an 8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you forget about that for the moment, and I want you to think about this problem right here.
You know, I saw that problem and I thought about that.
If I gave you the problem in purple, how would you solve that? Factor, and how would you factor?
X equals negative.
Negative 4, what?
-2 positive 4. Plus 4 minus 2.
Yep, x minus 2, x plus 4. And so it's two factors of 8 that differ by 2. And in order to do that, we would do x minus 2 and x plus 4. Believe it or not, this E problem is exactly the same thing. Okay? And how it's the same thing is that this is a quadratic. How it's a quadratic is that we have our middle term here, e to the x, kind of like our other term over there, x. Okay? Our highest power here is double, or it's squared in relation to the middle term. And so how I'm going to solve this is I'm going to solve this the exact same way I solved that problem there in the purple. Except for there's one big difference. Can somebody tell me what that big difference is going to be? What's the big difference going to be? And it's going to be right here.
E.
It's going to be e. So it'll be e to the x minus 2 and e to the x plus 4. So all you're going to do there is, 1, make sure it's written in order. And 2, you're going to say, oh, well, I'm looking for two factors of 8 that differ by 2. And you're going to do the same thing, except for e is going to be your first term. So according to our zero product property, either e to the x minus 2 equals 0, or e to the x plus 4 equals 0. And what I need to do now is solve each of these. And so to solve each of these, the very first thing you're going to do is add 2. So you get e to the x equals 2. Now what do you do?
Plug it in.
You guys were, what do you think you're going to do here?
Take it times ln.
Yep, ln. So x equals, first answer will be ln of 2. What does that come out to be?
0.69.
Okay. Or, on this side, I get e to the x equals what? Negative 4. So then I'm going to do ln of both sides. And so what is the ln of negative 4?
It's an error.
Why is it an error?
Negative.
It's a negative, doesn't work.
So there's no solution.
Okay, so that side, this one, you're going to get nothing. And so your solution here is going to be x equals ln of 2 or 0.69. Okay?
I thought it had to equal 0.
What?
It doesn't have to equal 0.
It already did.
You're silly.
So. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at another problem, see what we got. ln of x plus 2 plus ln of 3x minus 2 equals 2 ln of 2x. Now, some people think that all you're going to do is cancel the ln's out. Okay, can't do that. The only way you can do that is if you have an ln on one side and an ln on the other, and that's it. Here I have 2. So I have to somehow think of a way here.
Add them together.
Yeah, well, not add them together. Multiply, because remember that is one of the properties of logarithms. So how I can do that is I'm going to go ahead and multiply those two quantities together. Now the other thing is on the right side, I still don't have ln by itself. So I have to think of how I can get rid of this 2. How can I get rid of the 2? Make it an exponent. Now the biggest thing you need to keep in mind here is that you need to make sure that that 2x is a quantity raised to the second power. Okay, so first of all, remember I had to combine those so I get one ln on the left, I have to get one ln on the right. Now what I can do is do this. Take e to both sides and then they cancel, and that's going to leave me with x plus 2 times 3x minus 2 equals 2x quantity squared. So now I need to go ahead and solve that. So how do I solve that? What'd you say? Yes. So 3x squared. Let's go ahead and combine the x's. What do you get?
4x.
Yep, plus 4x. And then what?
0.
Minus 4 equals 4x squared. Okay, now notice how I got the 4x squared is I distributed the square to each individual term. What I need to do now, oh, there was a poster that fell. Okay, what I need to do now is get all the terms on one side. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 4x squared from both sides. However, when I do that, my lead term now is negative. So what's going to happen is I need to get rid of that negative in order to deal with this. So it's real easy. I'm just going to switch every sign.
-2 or -2.
Two factors of 4 that add up to 4, and they are -2 and -2. Good. So my solution is what? What does x equal? 2. And there you go. So should be fairly straightforward on that one. Kind of just, it takes a while, but once you get going, it's just a lot of algebra. And I think we have one more problem we're going to look at, and that's this one. Okay, there is one difference versus the other problem. This is the negative. And so in order to combine the natural logs on the left side, instead of multiplying, you are now going to divide. So I end up having ln of 7x plus 3 over x plus 1 equals ln of 2x. To undo it, I'm going to do e to both sides. And so I'm left with ln's cancel. 7x plus 3 over x plus 1 equals 2x. Now, whenever you get to this stage, there is something you do need to do. Okay, you know that you can never have a denominator of 0, right? So what value of this would be 0? Would make the denominator 0. So I need to kind of make a little note to myself that x cannot equal -1. Because if x equals -1, you're going to get something that doesn't work. So now in order to solve this, I'm going to go ahead and multiply both sides by x plus 1. On the left side, those are going to cancel. So I'm going to have 7x plus 3. On the right side, I'm going to have 2x squared plus 2x. So let's go ahead and move over the 7x and the 3. So when I move over the 7x and the 3, I have 0 equals 2x squared minus 5x minus 3. Now remember, there are 3 ways to solve a quadratic. There's factoring, there's completing the square, and there's quadratic formula. Okay? This has a coefficient here of 2 in front of my x squared term, which means I can factor, except for I'm going to have to do the expanded factor. Okay? Or I can use quadratic formula, and just for kicks, let's do that. So quadratic formula. Okay, x equals -b. So 5 plus or minus the square root. What's b squared? 25 minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. So what is 4 times 2 times -3? -24. So what I end up having is 5 plus or minus the square root of
-1.
It's
Or one,
positive,
just one.
positive 21.
49
Oh.
over 4.
Oh.
So I end up having 5 plus or minus 7 over 4. So my first answer will be 5 plus 7 over 4, which is what? 12 over 4, which is 3. And then 5 minus 7 over 4.
Equals
-1/2. Yep, -2 over 4. So once again, x cannot equal -1, and it doesn't. So we're good, and 3 and -1/2 are my solutions. Alrighty, so I need you to add a few problems to your assignment. Here are the few problems I need you to add. 40 through 52, the evens, and 60 through 62.